The year is 867, England is burning, invaders from the north, and the Anglo-Saxons are definitely not united. In today's video, starting as Earl Alfred, we have one goal: unite all of England in a single lifetime. Let's dive in. And that brings us to me, Earl Alfred. Intelligent trait, insane martial stats. He's literally built to save England. The problem, I am not the king. I'm just the spare heir. My brother Aethelred is in charge. And let's just say, the AI isn't exactly a tactical genius in CK3. If I wait for him to die of old age, the Vikings will be drinking ale in my throne room by next Christmas. So I had to make a difficult choice. For the greater good, of course. I started a murder scheme against my own brother. 30% success chance. It's terrible odds, I know that. But I was ready for a long, painful game of bribes and secrets. I sat there, waiting for the percentage to tick up. But then, this happened. A hunting accident. I didn't even execute the scheme yet. The game just decided to hand me the kingdom. Fate. Or just very lucky RNG. But either way, King Aethelred is dead. Long live King Alfred. But we don't have enough time for celebration. The Vikings are looking south, and they see fresh meat. I pause the game immediately. In Crusader Kings, levies are kinda useless. They're basically peasant with pitchforks. I need real soldiers. I drained the entire treasury to hire hussars. Have the infantry, Viking killers. We are deep in debt, stressing out, and outnumbered. But this is where the fun begins. It was time for Alfred to face with his first enemy, the Raiders. An easy target, we slaughtered them without breaking a sweat. But then, bad news from the north. The Vikings were on the march. Northumbria had fallen. We had to move and fast. For the first time, King Alfred declared war on a Viking ruler. It was a bloodbath. They kept getting reinforcements from the sea. We were outnumbered, but our commander was superior. And most importantly, we were defending our home. We used the terrain advantage perfectly, trapping them in a bad fight. We won battle after battle. It was very brutal. I mean, really brutal. At some point, they were actually trying to escape from England, but we couldn't let them go, could we? But then, disaster struck. Typhus. If you play CK3, you know Typhus is one of the worst things that can happen. It's a run killer. It felt like the game knew I was winning and decided to kill me. I'm not gonna lie, I got scared. I wanted to finish this challenge in a single lifetime. But Alfred didn't let me down. He fought the sickness and he won. We were back in the game. And as you can see, the map turned bright red. Europe was breaking under plagues. But I saw this chaos as an opportunity. I attacked the Vikings again. They were strong, but this is my homeland. I know the geography better than they do. In order to equalize the numbers, I actually called my best friend King of Mercia to help me out against the Vikings. Eventually, we beat them back comfortably. We set foot in Northumbria once again. We didn't take everything, but we showed the enemy who we are. I started granting the land back to English nobles, starting with my own son, giving him the valuable lands of the north. Northumbria, once again, English. I had proven myself as Alfred. Now it was time to press our claim. We had to claim England. It was ours. If you're new to CK3, everything in this game revolves around titles. And the only thing standing between me and the title of King of England was money. So after saving some money, I secured the title of King of England. Once I had the title, I started turning people into my vassals one by one. Finally, like a true king, I could hold court and listen to my own people. Can you believe that? Just as I was preparing to fully declare my kingdom, I got an invitation to a coronation from France. Of course I had to go. I mean, I'd be hosting my own soon, and I'd be inviting them too. So we spent some time in France and learned a few tricks. Right after that, I organized my own ceremony. It was a long, intense event, but just as I was being crowned, guess what was missing? Our favorite northern invaders. The Vikings arrived to crush the party. Now here's the thing, usually I'm the one out there fighting them, but since I was a little busy being crowned, my army handled it. I almost had a heart attack because we nearly lost, but it actually felt great. Why? Because for the first time, I said I couldn't bother with these small details because I am the King of England. Crown on my head, it was time to unite all of England under a single banner. I took Mercia, the last remaining kingdom, and officially united the Anglo-Saxons. But I had no intention of stopping. I turned my gaze directly to Ireland. I seized Leinster and crushed the Vikings in Scotland. The oath I swore at my coronation. I expanded my borders. That was the goal all along. I kept my promise, and now the people love me more than ever. Alright, hold on. Let's take a look at the map. And here's the situation. To achieve our ultimate goal, which is uniting the whole British Isles in one lifetime, we have 3 targets left. And I will ignore this one because it's pretty easy to conquer. Since they're heathen and it's only one province, it's basically free real estate. That leaves 2. And target 1, the Vikings, right over here in our country. In order to destroy them, we'd actually have to declare several wars. Good thing is, since they're also heathens, we have plenty of CB on them and we can just declare war on them several times and get the provinces we want. So this is also another easy one. But now let's talk about the real problem here, which is Scotland. As you can see, Scotland is pretty big. We don't have actual CB to attack, at least conquer them entirely. So I come up with 2 plans, and plan A, which is not my favorite one, we can actually marry them and claim their throne. But the problem with this plan is that it requires a lot of romance and love, so I'm not getting any younger, okay? We cannot wait for that. So we'd have to execute the plan B, which is my favorite one. Here's the thing, throughout whole campaign, we vassalized a lot of people. Why can't we do the same with Scotland? The catch right now is the fact that we as England are king and Scots are also king. So as a king, we cannot vassalize another king. However, if we become the empire, then we can actually vassalize them because I have a really good relationship with them. So all we have to do, claim the empire title, which we are only missing some money. Then we can vassalize them and unite whole British Isles. And that was King Alfred's plan. I decided to launch one last wall to north, the final piece of the puzzle. But something felt off. I gathered the army, clicked the provinces, but Alfred wasn't ready. My stress level was hitting critical. Even my daughter approached me and told me to stop. She said, "Father, you're thinking too much about the schemes, the plots. You need to rest." But I didn't care. I told her I don't need mental health. I need England. Big mistake. My army started shattering. We were losing a war we should have won easily. The commander, me, was broken.
And so, on the 20th of May, 906 AD, King Alfred did not die on the battlefield. He built a fortress of iron, but he fell to a blade in the dark. The Viking revenge was complete. Alfred dreamed of an empire, but he ran out of time. The player has left the game, but the legend remains.